Just because you know something is true doesn't mean you act like it's true. For instance, you may know very well that spending a lot of time, effort, energy on your Teachers Pay Teachers business is not the same thing as treating it like a business. Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And I have a huge confession to make. I don't know how many times in my 30 or so videos I have said, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to treat your business like a business. If you want this to be a business, you're going to have to treat it like a business. And I have been, making myself feel good by thinking about how much time I've been spending in my business, even though I knew deep inside that I was not treating my business like a business. Successful business owners don't go into work and say, okay, I'm going to work for 14 hours today, and think that just because they work 14 hours, they've been productive, they've been, efficient. No, they have a plan for the year. They have a plan for the quarter, for the month, for the week, for the day, for the hour, for the minute. I mean, they know exactly what they're going to do. And I don't do that. My life is so random right now. I'm just kind of like, I just want to make sure I get hours in, work on my business. And I really it finally caught up with me. It caught up with me about the beginning of July. Our challenge for this month had to do with getting ready for the site-wide sale, and that's in my membership that I'll link below, because we have challenges every month that are really great for helping you be focused. But I didn't do the one this month, not because there was anything wrong with the challenge, but because there was something wrong with me. I had finally, all my disorganization, whatever was fastest at the moment, philosophy, all these things finally caught up with me, because I was just trying to keep turning out products as quickly as I could because I needed the money. And so I finally said, you know what, it's time to stop. I've said so many times, if I could go back and start over, I'd do this and this. And I thought, you know what, do it. I know you can't exactly start over, but what are some things that you would have done at the beginning that you could do now that are going to save you all kinds of time? And I know that it's difficult because I have been crazy about product creation, and I knew that I had to stop, just stop. I just realized, look, if you take this month, get organized, find quicker ways to do things, see where you should be spending your time, figure out when you're going to work on certain things, I promise you it'll be worth it. I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you. I'm telling you, it will be worth it. So I just stopped right there. No product creation until I get some of this stuff straightened out. Well, the first thing I wanted to do was to figure out, where should I even be spending my time as far as products are concerned. So I thought, okay, what are my best sellers? Now, so I study a lot about habits, routines, and productivity and all that, and I'm sure you've heard of the 80-20 rule. And I'm not going to go into it because I have a whole video linked below about how I use the 80-20 rule to figure out what products were making me the most money. Not what products specifically, but what types of products were making me money. And I was a little bit surprised. The first two, not at all. My high school seasonal resources are bringing me the most money. But my science sub-plans are also bringing me quite a bit of money, and I really don't have that many of those, and they were all like in the top 10, maybe even top 5. And then my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade seasonal resources, some of those were higher than some of my high school, and that kind of surprised me, because that wasn't necessarily true in the beginning. But when I looked, I realized it was like later ones. And I thought, okay, maybe those were starting to sell, and so Teachers Pay Teachers was pushing me up in the rankings, and now more people are seeing them, more people are buying them. So that's the first thing I did. Those were my 3 types of products that were making me the most money. Well, I also realized that some of my products had really high conversion rates, had only sold a few products. I had some that had like really high conversion rates, and I'd sold like 5, 6, maybe 10, maybe 4. And I realized that those probably are not going to make me a lot of money unless I'm willing to put some marketing into them. And right now, I'm not. So I'm not going to worry about those. I'm going to focus, really, right now, I'm going to focus on my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade seasonal resources. I do want to make a couple more science sub-plans, but I want to get those 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade ones finished and bundle them, because since they weren't selling as much, I didn't always make them for every single holiday, and now I'm going to, so I can bundle them. So that brings me to the second thing I want to figure out. The first thing was, what products should I be making? Where is my time going to be best spent? And then what can I do to create those products more quickly and efficiently? And so I went through the whole creation process, and there's 2 things I really focused on to help me be quicker. And that was to go through each step and figure out what's the fastest way to do this, okay? I just try to make everything as much the same as possible. My titles are all almost identical, take out the holiday or whatever. My covers are identical, change the name, change the images of the product. So that really helped me. Decision making stresses me out. And you may be able to make decisions quickly. I can't. I have like 4 fonts that I use for everything. Now, one thing I do like to change out is the color, but that was stressing me out a little bit too, trying to think of colors. Let me give you a little hack that may help you. This really helped me. If you have trouble picking colors, did you know that everything has a color? I kid you not. You can type in whatever color hex codes and you can get images and colors and codes and all that. And that really helped me, because I'd be like, okay, seriously, forces and motion, colors. I typed that in and got color hex codes. And you can, you still kind of pick, because they'll give you some examples, but you see 2 colors right there that go together. I do one for my fonts and one for my background and everything. Helped me tremendously. So that helps me with speed. That helps me with my individual products. Now, one thing I've mentioned before that I applied this month and I just can't get over it, and that is batching. So I had 7 products, holidays, that I had not done resources for. So guys, I went through and wrote all the passages before I did anything else for those resources, and it flew by. Now what I did, I took all my high school resources and the passages for those, and I just made them in simpler language, took some of the stuff out, and it was like boom, boom. I wrote those so fast. I did some of them last night and some of them this morning, and so I don't know exactly how long it took me, but maybe an hour and a half to do all of them, to write passages. Now they're a little bit rough. I mean, they're good. I'll probably have to, I want to go through and make sure, there's not any typos or anything like that, but basically, I can't believe it. I'm already done writing every single, and that, for me, that's the hardest part. Once I get the passage written, everything else just flows. So, number 1, if you want to do what I did, number 1, what products bring you the most money? Where should you be spending your time? Don't spend your time, unless you are already marketing, don't spend time on products that, even if they have high conversion rates, you're going to have to work hard to get views. That can come later, but right now for me, I want to know what products are going to sell that I can just do a really good job of listing them, and they're probably going to bring me money. Number 2, once you figure out what those products are, go through each process, each step of the process. What can you do to make that process quicker? And then the last one is try batching. I'm just really excited. I stressed at the beginning of July about doing this, but now that I'm done, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer. I am going to be so much quicker. I'm going to get things done so much faster, and I'm going to be able to turn out products more quickly. And now I can spend more time learning how to market and deciding where I'm going to go with my marketing. And this video was long, but man, I am just excited to share this with you. It is worth your time. If you're struggling because you can't find things, you're taking too long to do stuff, it takes you too long to make covers, it takes you too long to think of titles, to do colors, whatever, take some time. It might not take you the whole month, but take some time to go back and establish some routines, some habits, some hacks, some things that will get you through this process quicker. Make sure that you are spending time on products that are going to bring you money. And just remember, you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.